Hey presto, he's got 2 5s. He's got a caller from Phil Ivey. Finally found something he can mix it up with, 8-9. He's got position. He's got connectors.
And Tony G's not going to go anywhere. He's got a couple of axes there.
3-5.
Well, a 5-6-7 flop would really give Phil Ivey a chance to get out of it.
That would definitely be some action.
9-8.
Not quite 5-6-7, but how about 2 pair from Phil Ivey?
Sadly, it's 3 overcards to both Tony G and Chris Ferguson's hand. I'd expect a bet from Chris, and probably a take it.
How about a bet from Phil?
That's what I meant.
Yeah, not much there for everybody else. And unfortunately, some players might slow play 2 pair, but on a board like that, 2 diamonds,
A 10 or jack's going to bring a 4-card straight.
you just can't afford to give the free card. Nice bet by Mr. Ivey. Some of the greatest poker players in the world really putting it on the line. Their reputation and their money.
1,000 to play.
Although Patrick Antonius is going to pick a better spot to put his reputation and his money on the line.
Ace Queen for Brian Townsend. That must look like an absolute monster to him. Hasn't really seen much in the way of cards so far today. And he's raised it up. Alan Cunningham with Ace-8 of diamonds. He hasn't seen that much either, to be honest.
3,500.
Ace-8 of diamonds not normally a hand you'd be calling a raise with, but Brian Townsend's very aggressive, and Cunningham knows that. Obviously, Cunningham has position throughout this hand.
2 players.
He also won a nice pot against Brian Townsend, and sometimes you do make some strange calls against people you know you can beat because it'll always be going through their mind.
Queen 7, King.
Well, it's a middle pair for Brian, not much for Alan.
Yeah, Alan's going to have to pull a rabbit out of his hat to win this one.
Check from Brian.
Check.
Check from Alan.
Next card. 7. Checked. Checked. Last card.
Alan cannot win this hand now.
Ace.
But that might get Townsend paid off. Cunningham's kicker does not play. He has aces and 7s with a king kicker.
And that may be the thing that actually gets him some action in this pot, of course.
Exactly.
You can easily give Brian Ace-Jack, Ace-10, any hand like that.
It's your best 5 cards in Hold'em. Townsend with aces and queens with a king kicker. And Townsend puts in about a $9,000 bet there.
7,000 is called.
7,000 was the bet, 7,000 was the call.
Ace Queens, 2 pairs. Aces and Queens.
Really, the only card that was going to cost him money, the ace on the river.
I like the 5th. I don't like the Queen.
You constantly have to adapt your style when playing top players. If you do the same thing every time, good players like Patrick Antonius and Phil Ivey and everyone else at the table for that matter, are going to catch on very quickly, and they're going to take advantage of that. So you really need to be doing things differently each time with the same hand.
Patrick Antonius having a good time. Always helps when you're up thousands of dollars.
Just in case you miss some stuff.
I usually trying to Phil Ivey here.
That usually puts a smile on my face when I'm up thousands of dollars.
Actions on Tony G. And as usual, Tony G rarely playing out of position. Throws it away in first position.
Chris Ferguson in the cutoff. For those that don't know, the cutoff is the one to the right of the button. On the button is Phil Ivey pumping it up to 3,000. Just putting the pressure on the blinds. 8-6 of hearts enough for him. That's a gap suited connector. blind defence from Patrick Antonius. As it happens, he's got the best hand right now.
8-4-10.
Well, not anymore. Actually, yes. Apologize there. Patrick Antonius has his top pair, while Phil Ivey's got second pair.
He's gone check. Both players being a little bit sneaky.
King.
Turns a king of hearts, and now Phil Ivey's got more outs. He can catch an 8, a 6, or a heart to win this one.
A bet coming from Phil.
5,000. Cool.
Call from Patrick.
Half out.
To the river.
10.
And the river's a 10 of hearts.
That is the perfect card in the deck.
It really
for
is.
Phil Ivey.
Okay.
Well, you're talking about backdoor hearts here. Patrick Antonius might not see it, and he has trip 10s. Pot is 18,400.
I call.
Call for 16.
And Phil Ivey bet 16,000 on the river, and Patrick Antonius calls.
Finally something goes Phil's way.
The flush.
A flush versus 3 10s. And at last, Phil Ivey actually winning a nice sized pot, around 50,000 in the middle. Yeah, it was around $300,000 behind.